stats today. So I had a gentleman named David Flores. He was coming from Job Path, and this is a organization I want you to get really familiar with, because a lot of people don't understand all the resources that are out there. And Job Path, I don't know if any of you have heard of it, or maybe you're already in Job Path, but it helps pay for school. It helps give you funding. It even helped, I think, pay for rent and some other things for some people during COVID. But anybody familiar with Job Path? Okay, you've heard it. So David Flores was on his way this morning, but he got some stomach bug or something, so it kind of threw everything off. So one of the things I just did right now is I opened up all the assignments. So the module 1, module 2, you guys have full access now. If you're trying to get in there and the due dates, or you having any trouble accessing it, let me know, and then I'll get you fixed up with that. So one of the things that they're talking about, this is what we talked about a little bit in the first class, is just time management. And I can relate personal experience right now. So right now I'm running for a county supervisor position. I'm running for District 3, which is like Grant, north of Grant to Swan, all the way down river, but then it goes into Marana, all of Marana, a little bit mostly on the west of I-10, but then when you get further out there, it goes to the east of I-10, and then it kind of, there's a chunk jumps over, then it's everything south of Valencia, so it's all the way to Ajo, 134 miles of border. So like places like Ajo, Arivaca, Amado, 3 Points, all those kind of places. And the reason I bring that up is for a couple reasons. Just if any of you understand the importance of the county. So this college is, the official name is actually Pima County Community College. So we get funded by property taxes. So when you guys look at those property taxes, you probably see on there whether it's a school district or whether it's a college or a lot of different things. But there's a lot of things that the county oversees, from the sheriffs to the jails and to the health department. We have a lot of restaurants. People come in and they make decisions on Pima County Health Department, making sure to keep us healthy and safe. But one of the challenges sometimes with the county, sometimes with any kind of government thing, you got to see where it's helping or maybe it's causing a barrier for somebody to do something. There's been challenges here in Southern Arizona and Pima County with we have one of the most dangerous Pima County jails, right? The jail system is very, very dangerous, and that's been an issue, and because with no matter what, we've got to be humane, right? And then the other thing that the county does, it approves budgets. So like the roads, which there's a lot of complaints, so making sure roads are fixed, infrastructure, all that stuff, which is really important, because when you look at things, this is how we function, right? We want to make sure that we have nice places for our families, for ourselves, to the road, on roads, whatever it is. And that's the thing people got to realize. Whether you're identified one way or another way, we all drive on these roads, right? So we want to make sure that these roads are working. The other thing is this, a lot of codes and permits have to do with the county. So like businesses and stuff that where people are trying to develop, that's also a big deal, because we want development, we want good jobs, but we also got to be responsible and make sure that we're not hindering on the environment, right? So you've got global warming, environmentalists, and then you got people that are more capitalists that want to make sure we have businesses, those kind of things. So you got to find the balance with that. We want businesses here, but we don't want people to come and pillage our village and then take everything, make money, then leave. If you're going to come do business, you got to make sure that you're doing it the right way. And the reason I'll start talking about that, because that's kind of my life right now, is doing that kind of stuff, and then also being a vice president here. And it's challenging because there's a lot to do. And luckily I have an administrative assistant that helps me, but they can't help me with my other stuff, campaign stuff. So I have to be really specific on how I spend my 24 hours of my day. And I've got to be really understanding that, and I want you guys to understand this sometimes too. You start burning that midnight oil and you start putting a lot of effort into other things, and you're not taking care of yourself, it's gonna cost you somewhere down the line, right? So one of the things that with time management, and there's actually, when you go through the modular, you'll see in the assignment, there's actually a place you could click and you can kind of get an idea how much you spend your time or where you spend your time. And we even have on our phone, right? How much time do we spend on our phone? And I've never had any social media in the past. I just started getting social media since I started to this.
I was just looking for it.
Yeah.
And it's not there.
In my social media?
Well,
No.
it wasn't immediately.
Yeah, so you gotta look probably Soto for Supervisor. That's what I'm under.
Okay.
SotoForSupervisor.com, that's my website. But no, that's I have it now, but I realize that if I'm going through Facebook, because I've never had Facebook before, Instagram, it takes time to look at things. And then I've never been a gamer, got into video games. When I was in college back in the early 90s, we had a Nintendo game and it was Mike Tyson Punch Out or some of these other things. I used to be really into that. I mean, I remember coming.
I grew up on all that.
Oh, I'd come home and I would just spend hours on that thing till I beat Mike Tyson, right? But
Mike Tyson.
yeah, exactly. So the thing that I'm getting at with all this is time management. It's so crucial, and a lot of us don't even realize. Oh man, I just spent an hour on TikTok, or I just spent an hour going through my Facebook. You guys are younger, so you probably don't do the Facebook thing, but that's kind of where. How can we set up our lives in a way that is efficient and beneficial to us? And then sometimes we get off track, right? Maybe we had a goal of, being off social media for, only 3 hours a day, whatever it is, and then you did 4 hours and you kind of beat yourself up for it. No, also just gotta be able to let stuff go. Like, you can't do anything about the past, just do what you can at that moment. The other thing is that, self-care, we talked about this, but that's also in today's assignments, talking about basic things from taking walks, drinking water. We talked about this a little bit the first day of class if you guys weren't here, but I've found that in my experience, the things that I have to do is I have to incorporate exercise, fitness, meditation, like in my regular day. So for example, I'll get up in the morning, first thing I'll do is drink a 16-ounce thing of water. That's the first thing I do when I get up in the morning. And then I've got these self-improvement apps that I work on every morning that just keeps my brain going. It's called Elevate, and it has all these different areas from writing to math, and it's just something that helps me stay focused. And I have another app where this is where kind of technology is good, called Balance. Well, Balance gives me the guided meditation, because I'm not good at meditation, so guided meditation is what I need. Some people just need quiet in doing that stuff. For me, I need to be guided through my meditation. And then the things like, healthy relationships and being in groups, talking to people, don't isolate yourself, all that kind of stuff is important. So you're gonna learn about that, but that's the part where with time management and how you can set up your life in a way that, okay, I have a test, we have finals at the end of, in the middle of May here. How am I gonna set this time management up so that I'm not cramming that day before the test? And sometimes the that little preparation will make a difference. We have this saying where failing to prepare is preparing to fail, right? If you're not planning your meals, whatever it is, okay, I'm gonna eat this, and this, these are the times. If I'm not planning my day, you're gonna have a lot more trouble being successful. So since we're not going to have our speaker today, I'm just gonna have today to let you guys work on your assignments, catch up on your assignments. You can do it here. You can, if you got to go somewhere, go ahead and go somewhere. I'll be up here for about another half hour, just help and guide you if you need any help. We got Tim here. If you have any problems uploading thing, he's probably the expert more than I am, or you guys can ask each other for some help, because I'm looking at things on a different side of D2L here. So if you have any questions, I'll be up here. And then next week we'll have Job Path, and then the following week I'm gonna have a speaker to talk about some of the current programs we have here at the college. So our grant, TRIO grant, which is SSS, Student Support Services, which is amazing. All of you can be part of that. And that grant right there, along with another one that we have for STEM, so a STEM grant. If you guys are getting into any engineering or anything like that, like, here's what I can tell you about these grants that we have here. is that it gives you a network of people. Helps somebody that helps you navigate through college. They even go on trips to, California. Some of those universities out there, they go on trips to throughout Arizona, but it's all paid for, from the food to the hotel. It's all covered, right? And then they have events where they bring in special guests. And like I've talked about before, if you can just, to facilitate change in a human being, three things have to happen: proximity to people, proximity to an event, and proximity to information. And you've got to do that in a way that, not just having video calls or video conferences, but actually getting out there and meeting people and talking to people. So that's part of it. So, all right, so I'm going to let you guys, any questions right now of anything going on? Go ahead. This one right here? You guys, so do you have a Pima, your My Pima login? Yeah, so I think you just have to put in your...
Yeah, use the same username and password that you use when you go into MyPima or D2L, the exact same. Just don't use the @ just like the first portion of it.
Your username, and then put in your password. Yeah, make sure you get the right username and password.
Oh, it's pretty fun. I mean, I play the drums because nobody else will, and it's a lot of fun, but I also really want to be like the center of attention, so that's why I prefer it.
Is that right, or?
No, I didn't.
I'm not good at it. It's not that good. Anything else? There you go. Okay. All right, got it. Yeah.
It's harder for a guitarist to put a band together like me, and well, yeah, that's the idea, but it's hard to really present it that way, feel that way when you're doing like rhythm and lead vocals. So many things can be swapped out without even noticing. That's why I was really impressed when I saw the seconds recently. That I didn't realize their drum sound would shine through so much. And that's definitely their drummer. The other one sounded like duet and drums. And cut.